The last tool you should know about is Insightful. Insightful has only recently come onto my radar, but I really like how thorough this tool is. So I'll make it full screen so you can see it. Essentially, you've got two ways to interact with it. You can put in a paper title, DOI, or archive URL. So you definitely need the paper. You can't just search with keywords. And then you can also connect two papers together, and they'll show you how literature connects them together. Really great for literature reviews. I love this one. Most of the time, you'll be using this, which I think is really good. And you can also import a bibtex file if that is how you want to interact with this tool. So put something in there. This is what we end up with. So did you know you can directly from Zotero? So if you are using Zotero, you may want to consider using this because it's got a plugin, and then you can sort of map your literature using the Zotero plugin. I think that's quite cool. I've seen more people use Zotero rather than Mendeley. So if you are deciding on whether you should go with Zotero or Mendeley, maybe Zotero, it's free. It should be the one you should lean towards because they seem to have much more compatibility with these AI tools. So once you put in a paper, you will get the title at the top, and then all of this stuff is accessible by scrolling. So we've got filters, we've got we can add papers to the graph, and then we get this map. This map is very cool. It doesn't really tell me too much. It's sort of like easy to kind of look around. You can click on things. It gives you some stats about that. You can add it to a literature review. You can go to its own graph. And so it is very, very comprehensive. That's one thing I love about this tool, is that it's just so much information and it's not overwhelming like Research Rabbit. So first of all, you've got similar papers, and you can add them to the graph by clicking here. And when you click here, this is what I've done up here. I've added a couple of other papers to this graph, and you've got here all of the ones you can add as well. So similar papers, and it says these are normally biased towards newer papers, which is great. So when you're in a research field or you're in a research project, you do want to always search for newer things, and this is just such an easy, nice way to do that. So this is what you're doing. There's loads, as you can tell. Then you've got most important papers by page, organized by page rank. And these tend to be older papers because they've been cited a load of times. You've also got review papers. This is one thing I really like, that these papers cite the most papers, and it tells you that if you want to get an overview of a particular research field, you can go to these review papers because it's citing a load of different things you should probably know about, which is great. Then you'll keep on scrolling. We've got recent papers by the top 100 authors. Here we are, authors. Most important recent papers, that's these. And you've got top authors, upcoming authors. So these are people you should probably, reach out to, especially this guy, 42 papers if you want to reach out and find out about this research field. Institutions, top journals, similar journals. Man, this just is such a really great tool. And it is just sort of like everything you would want to know about finding literature in a really nice format. So really great tool, and I would, if I was using Zotero, I would highly consider using the Zotero plugin from GitHub. Sometimes it's a little bit scary to use GitHub things, but this one is really simple. Go to tools, add-ons, install add-on from file, and then that's it. Easy peasy. It's really easy to do. So Insightful with Zotero, I think is a pretty good winner in my book. That and Litmaps would be sort of like a contender for my research, sort of like a primary driver for mapping literature. But I really like this. Check it out, play about with all of them, see which one you like the most, and then add at least one of them to your AI toolkit.